Hey everyone, Vance Hanson with TwinSpires.com here to talk about Breeders' Cup 40 at Santa Anita. And I have three under-the-radar contenders to think about for this Saturday's card. The first is Up to the Mark in the Breeders' Cup Turf. Now this race, most people are going to be paying attention to the European contingent here, but keep in mind, Up to the Mark is America's best grass male this year. From a mile up to a mile and a quarter. He won the Turf Classic at Churchill Downs, the Manhattan at Belmont, and then turned in an impressive display to win the Coolmore Turf Mile at Keeneland last out, coming off of a long layoff. Now, Up to the Mark has not yet run a mile and a half yet. We'll see if he can get the distance, but keep him in mind in the Breeders' Cup Turf. At 5-1, I think he can at least contend for the lower rung of the exotics. Now, the second horse to take a look at is in the Breeders' Cup Classic, and that is Xanden, 12-1 in the morning line. Now, Xanden's got a sentimental factor to him. He was bred by the late Kentucky Governor Brereton Jones, who passed away recently. Now, Xanden got off to a bit of a slow start this season, chasing horses like Cody's Wish and White Abario in the Whitney, but he really turned on the afterburners last time in the Woodward at Aqueduct, winning convincingly, going a mile and an eighth. He's coming into the Classic, I think, in very good form, and he seems fast enough on his best day to contend for a share or more. So Xanden, one to keep in mind in the Classic. And finally, in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint, later in the card on Saturday, a filly that I've mentioned elsewhere on the Twin Spires Edge, Roses for Deborah, 12-1 on the morning line for trainer Christophe Clement. Now, Roses for Deborah went on a winning streak when she joined the Clement barn, winning 4 to 5 straight over fillies and mares, albeit. But her last race in the Turf Monster at Parks was run on very testing ground. She didn't quite handle it. I think that race is a throwout. She seems fast enough to contend with some of the better turf sprinters in the country, I think. On her best day, she's going to get the firm ground that she likes on Saturday. So I think Roses for Deborah is worth throwing in your exotics at the very least in the turf sprint. Good luck to you all this weekend, and I hope you cash a lot of tickets.